What's up, everybody? I'm Smoove from Ukraine, and you're watching The Sideline Show.
Everybody, listen up!
It's The Sideline Show.
Long goal, rebound box, back out to Allen, his three-pointer, bang! Everybody's ready to go. He's ready to go. I'm ready to go, and you're ready to go.
Introducing now the host of The Sideline Show, Jackson Prince.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? You are watching The Sideline Show. I am your host, Jackson Prince, and today I have a super cool guest that I admire a lot, both in basketball and in content. A guy that I've been wanting to have on the show for a while now. He's a good friend of mine. We just recently played one-on-one, which will be dropping on his YouTube channel. I have my man, Smoove. Smoove, what's up, dude?
All good.
Yeah? Awesome, man. I appreciate you taking time out of your day to do this, man. I know you got a pretty busy schedule with everything.
Yeah, I mean, like you came to my gym, let's say my gym, to play 1v1 with me. So of course, I'm finding the time to to film with you for your podcast.
No, for sure, man. I appreciate that. What'd you think about the one-on-one and everything?
One-on-one was good. I mean, I think you're a little bit, out of the season. You already relaxed a little bit.
Yeah.
I was a little bit tired after this Dallas trip, so I wished we had a little bit more energy to play. But overall it was nice. I mean, you will never find like a perfect condition, to film or play. So it was nice overall.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think it's always funny because I've seen like a lot of the stuff that you've done throughout these last few years or whatever, and it's like because you did stuff with Globetrotters, and you did Dunk Kings and like all this really really cool stuff. So I've always wondered what guys like that, how good they actually are at basketball. And it's really cool to see, like, you can actually play. And so, I mean, because everyone's like, oh, Globetrotters is just for show. It's, like, not actual basketball. But what I tell these people is, like, no, these guys can play.
No, Globetrotters, like, some of the guys are really, like, really, really good basketball players.
Yeah.
Some of them were in the summer leagues and NBA. It was NBA tryouts. So, and before every practice, guys are playing King of the Court 1v1. And I see the level, I'm like, do you want to jump in? I had a bad knee at the time. Like, I just came back after. I'm like, no, I'll wait. I'll wait maybe for the next season because I'm not ready. Because guys are really good. So, yeah.
So, how did you get into kind of that side of things where it's like, because did you play pro in Ukraine?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. So, like, I mean, you've done it. I mean, you've done it all.
Yeah, I mean, I always wanted to be a basketball player first. I think it depended what was in my, in what caught my attention. Because when I was growing up, I was not playing in any, like, teams. Like, here you have team for first grade, second grade, third grade, whatever. Mm-hmm. Fifth grade has, like, a lot, like, 3 levels: elite level, development, whatever. So you will find a team for yourself in any case. I didn't have a team at all, so I was just practicing by myself. And in Ukraine, basketball is not really big. So I think first I saw Kobe Bryant and Lakers on the TV, just a glimpse of it, some highlights. I'm like, that's nice. That's nice. So I started to play basketball first. My brother was playing. My brother was like doing dunks. I'm like, wow, it's very cool. I want to be the same. Then I saw this commercial, Nike freestyle commercial in 2001 when in dark room, with the nice sound. I'm like, okay, now it's time to try those tricks, and I'm trying to do all of it. I don't know what will I become because when I say I want to be I want to be a professional basketball player, they say no, it's not real. I mean, you cannot. I mean, professional basketball player.
Yeah.
And I started to play organized basketball maybe when I was 17. I just got to the university. I played 1 season for the university team. They're like, man, your level is good. So let's go and learn fundamentals in the pro team. Go to the pro team and let's practice with us. So yeah, from the age 18, I played maybe 2 seasons in like second division in Ukraine. And I was developing as a player. So I think if I would stay in the system, I would play somewhere in Ukraine, maybe first division, but it's not like, when I transferred to the show basketball is like so big to me. It's way better than professional basketball right now. I understand, so I don't regret choosing this path.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
So what about the, as you call it, like show basketball?
Yeah.
What about it is just better than pro?
So it's just maybe because of me, because I'm like, I like everything. I like doing tricks. I like doing dunks. So you cannot do tricks in a basketball game. Like you cannot spin the ball in the middle of the game, but I like to do it. So I need to find some way to combine all those things in one. So I thought from the very beginning, I thought Harlem Globetrotters is the best option for me. Unfortunately, I got to the Globetrotters when I had like 3 knee surgeries. I was 29, so I was not like in my best conditions.
Right.
But before that, I was doing a lot in Ukraine and other countries, traveled around the world with the dunk shows, with the freestyle shows. Basketball, I remember when I was playing pro basketball, you're just doing, first of all, it's amazing feeling when you are a team. Yeah,
Right.
a team is the best, the best feeling when you have friendship, you develop in friendship throughout the season, win, lose, all those emotion roller coasters, amazing. But you're a team. When you go show basketball, do a freestyle show, or better dunk contest, if you win, you're the rock star. You're
Right.
the one. You're the one. Everybody's watching you. So there's like, okay, maybe I want to do this more than just playing basketball. So yeah, but yeah, I just want to find a place where I can do playing 3-on-3 basketball. I was playing seriously. Dunking, I can do at the same tournament. I can do 3-on-3 and then do dunk contest, and freestyle shows separate. But I still can do it at the same time. I have no limits with the coach or whatever.
Right. So the first time I ever saw you, I was in like 8th grade, and I was a huge fan of the show Dunk Kings.
Yeah.
And man, I watched you just walk out of that tunnel, the smoke's going, and what was it, like behind the head, caught reverse, and I'm like, oh man, like that's insane. So how did the whole Dunk Kings thing? Because that was like a really new show, and it didn't last very long.
It was just 2 seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it was. The first show was 2015, and I remember the time we had our dunk camp, Dunk Elite. My team is called Dunk Elite camp in Morocco. We were training, getting ready for the season, and we saw the post on the internet somewhere. Yo, new shows coming up. You have a chance to win $100,000, and we're like, guys, $100,000 finally. And as always, in the end, like a small, small text, you need to be U.S. citizen or Canada citizen. Like, come on, man. All right, so first season, Porter Mayberry, 5'5" dude jumping over Shaq, winning it.
Yeah.
Jordan Kilgannon did jumping over a guy, cuff, one elbow, windmill, second elbow, like crazy dunks.
Yeah.
Kenny Dobbs jumping over a guy like with the fire.
Yeah.
Guy Dupuis, guy from France, missing behind the back over a car. So the level of dunks was crazy.
Yeah.
And we in Europe sitting watching it like, we need to be a part of it. And finally, second season, they're like, okay, we're open worldwide. So they invited me, they invited Lipek from Poland. Also, I think they invited my guy Miller from Ukraine. But another thing, from Ukraine, it's not that easy to go to the United States. You need to have a visa, which is really hard to do. Fortunately enough, I had a visa. So we went. It was crazy, to be alongside Shaquille O'Neal, Julius Erving, Nate Robinson, Charles Barkley, Kenny Smith, Brent Barry was there. So just the names. That Shaq is already enough.
Right.
Shaq and Charles.
Yeah, right.
It's enough. But surprisingly, I was complaining a lot about this show because on TV it looks great, but it's a big hangar, like they film in a TV show. In one part, they set up the court, they film in it. Another part, you're just waiting for your turn, and you don't have like not even lounge area, but like comfortable chairs to sit and wait.
Yeah.
And I was waiting for my turn to go on the court for 10 hours Just imagine sitting like in a chair for 10 hours and they call you up and you just go, okay,
Yeah.
1, 2, and trying to, give your best jump. Impossible.
Wow.
Impossible, yeah. So I was like, I'm a huge fan of the culture of basketball, street ball, dunking, freestyle, everything. And for me, it's so, I was so disappointed that such a big show couldn't provide me as a participant just a little bit of comfort when I wait. Yeah, but maybe I'm just complaining. I don't know. But
Well, no, I mean,
I was expecting a little bit more.
Right. I mean, that's probably why the show didn't last very long. Part of the reason why, at least.
I think just about the ratings. I mean,
Really?
it was aired. I think it was aired during the Western Conference Finals or something.
Yeah.
So like prime time or before or after. I don't know. So
Right.
and maybe people just didn't watch it.
Yeah.
Like as much as producers wanted them to watch. So just 2 seasons, but for dunk culture it was amazing. Like $100,000 for a dunk contest. So everybody was preparing. Everybody was, because one week before Dunking 2, we had FIBA 3x3 World Championship in China, and a lot of guys were invited, and a lot of guys said no to it because they were preparing to dunking. I said yes. I went to China. I won it, so now I don't regret it. And then I went to dunking. I lost it. I'm like, okay, at least I get 1 out of 2.
Man, so how did the FIBA 3-on-3 stuff come about? Like because I see all these guys, all these hoopers that I like really look up to, a lot of really good basketball players. Maybe they don't make it to the NBA, or maybe they don't, maybe necessarily play overseas, but then they get this 3-on-3 opportunity. How did that happen?
For example, Jimmer Fredette right now is in a national team, and he's doing very well, very good. Well, I think, let me remember when they started. I think the FIBA started first pro season was 2012. 2012, they had the World Cup 2012. Yeah, and back then it was just, basketball 3-on-3. So it was not a big concept. Just like you had hoop it ups, I think, here in the US.
Yeah.
That's what it called, hoop it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we had our tournament, basketball 3-on-3. But then FIBA decided to make it like a sport, like a separate discipline. They started to invest. Next season, 2013, my first season with the FIBA 3x3, they put more money into it, organized more tournaments, and slowly, season by season, people who played 5-on-5, they started to understand, okay, I'm not doing great in 5-on-5, but I'm a better player in 3-on-3. It happens, for example, like player can be great in 1-on-1, but in team basketball, he's not that good.
Right.
So same, it's just a different game. So yeah, and when the money was right in the FIBA 3x3, so people started to transfer from 5-on-5 to 3x3.
Right.
Now you can win a lot of money in 3x3. For example, I can be, maybe I can make a mistake, but I think if you win a big tournament, like there is a world tour, if you win as a team a big tournament, you get like around 50K for a team. So you just win one tournament, like automatically 10K for each player. It's good. Maybe even more, maybe 60K. So I think the record was like one team for one season won like almost like $500,000 for a team. So you can have decent money.
Right.
For example, like guys in the G League, I know their salaries. I know salaries in Europe, and it's not like millions. So somebody played for $5,000 per month. So it's the same. So you choose 5-on-5 or 3x3. 3x3 also more fun. You travel a lot. So yeah, and it's totally different game. For example, like Serbians are killing the scene. Serbians, Slovenians, but basically like in the NBA, you also have Serbians, Slovenians, like
right?
Doncic, Jokic.
I mean, killing the league.
Killing the league, yeah.
Killing the league.
Yeah.
Did you always see that happening? I guess like foreign players just coming in and just dominating the league.
I mean, not all of them. Not all of them.
No, not all of them. Yeah, but like, I mean, I'm thinking like the four biggest names: Jokic, Doncic, Antetokounmpo, Embiid.
Yeah,
like these guys are destroying.
Yeah, but Embiid and Antetokounmpo is like different kind of conversation. They're like
For sure.
they're different type of player.
For sure.
Doncic and Jokic, you see the similarities. They're not athletic. I mean, they are athletic, but in their own way.
Right.
And I think this is the right time for them. For example, if you take Tony Kukoc from the 90s and put him right now, he would be a star. I think he was a star. But
Yeah.
he would be a bigger star now because just a style of play. Yeah, so
I mean, I remember, Tony Parker was my favorite player for years. I mean, probably like 9 years. He
Yeah.
was my favorite player. Man, that's super cool. So, like, have you always been able to jump, or was that like a workout thing that you just figured out? I mean, how'd you get your bounce?
I don't know how to answer exactly because I was jumping. I was aiming to, to dunk since I was 14 or something like
Right.
that. So I was trying to going through all these jump programs, workouts, so be kind of track and field guy who like running sprints, jumping hurdles, so
Yeah.
trying to find my way to jump higher. So I think I just developed my skill.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm a little bit more gifted than the other guys,
Right.
but not much because you can see even in my best days I don't jump crazy like other guys. So maybe
Yeah.
at my best day I maybe can hit the, not now, but before maybe I can hit my head at the rim, but it was like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
But I was still able to do crazy dunks, and yeah, so I think
Oh shoot! I mean, hitting your head on the rim is pretty high,
it's
man.
pretty high. But right now,
well, yeah.
right now, even if I played pro Division 2 in Ukraine, I had a guy in my team who was jumping higher than me and getting
Right.
like his head at the rim, and he didn't work out. He was just gifted.
Yeah.
But he could do like reverse two hands. That's it.
Yeah.
And at the same time, I was doing between the legs, reverse two hands, and all this stuff. So
Right.
yeah, practice and maybe a little bit of genetics.
Yeah.
Helped.
Because I play with guys who, I don't know if you know the name, but like I grew up watching Terrence Ferguson.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he jumps really high, and he doesn't. I watched his workout programs.
Yeah.
The guy never worked on his legs. He was just very rubber bandy,
Yeah.
and he was just able to get up. But the skill of dunking, right? Like manipulating the ball in the air and like contorting your body certain ways. I mean, that's a lot. I would imagine it's harder than like actually just getting up there and being able to dunk.
Yeah, I mean, you can be like genetic freak, for example, like DJ Stephens.
Yeah. Yep.
He like, I remember on Instagram somebody asked him like, "What do you do for a job?" He like answering this question like, "I never did anything for my jump," and you can see, and he's built like a grasshopper. You can see like
Right.
the long arms, legs, like he's like Achilles tendon, like half of the leg, which is like natural, like spring. Yeah, so
Yeah.
he just jumps. But yeah, operating the ball in the air is a different thing. You need that's also a skill. I think the freestyle, all these tricks helped me a lot because I remember when I was like 15, 16, we had so-called freestyle battles when you like facing each other and you do tricks, then other guy doing tricks, and then like they decide like in a break dance.
Right.
So at the same time, you need to do a better trick and faster. So I always trying to do like fast tricks, moving the ball fast around my body. So it really helped me when I jump in the air. I have limited time in the air.
Right.
I don't jump my highest, so I need to as fast as possible to do some dunks. So yeah, that's a skill, and you can develop it. And we had the guys like, for example, there our friend from Canada, Justin Darlington, Just Fly, jumps stupid high.
Yeah.
And he can jump in the morning in his flip-flops, doing crazy dunks, then rest or not rest, then go in the evening, do the dunk contest, do the craziest dunk ever, go to sleep. In the morning, he does the same. But never had the handle. He couldn't even handle the ball, I like, Justin, how can you jump like your neck over the rim? You're doing a simple windmill, and you lost the ball at the end. I mean, that's impossible.
Right.
I cannot imagine. He just didn't care, he just jumps. He just jumps high, and then he tries to decide. We told him, just a little bit of workout. Just go through our routine, ball handling routine, and you'll be great. I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah. Because I've always wondered that too. Like Jordan Kilgannon.
Yeah.
I've never seen him actually play basketball. So Have you?
I mean, he just doesn't.
Yeah,
just doesn't
right.
play
That's stick to what you're good at. I mean, I guess that makes a lot of sense. So
Also, yeah, playing basketball is a high risk of injury.
Right.
So, for example, for dunkers, when you imagine you trying to jump your highest, you put so much time, and then you just go jump and roll ankle.
Right.
You sideline for a month, maybe.
Yeah.
So frustrating.
yeah, man, I envy guys who are just genetic freaks of nature and they can just get up there, because I've done jump attack and I've done all these different workouts, and it's like on my best day when I'm feeling great, I can dunk once, but like I just not a jumper, man. So yeah, shooter. That's what I do.
3 points is better than 2.
My layup has always been a 3. It's funny too, because when I was growing up playing organized basketball, it got to the point where I would steal the ball and I'd have a wide open layup in transition, and my coaches were yelling, pull it. And so I'm just like, all right, cool. So I got super comfortable with people asking me, Jackson, why don't you ever lay the ball up?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I shoot the same percentage. Like transition, I don't miss transition threes. So yeah, no, I mean, shooting the ball has always been my bread and butter. But so the YouTube and the content, how did you get into all of that? Like, is that just part of what show basketball is, or like, is that kind of your thing? I mean, how'd that happen?
I think I was watching the YouTube. When I started, I was watching YouTube. I didn't want to put any, where to start. So I think everybody is shy, doing his first videos. I remember when I was trying to film something, I felt stupid. Like, you go in the street, you put your camera in front, people are coming by you and you talk into the camera. You just feel stupid. So yeah, I didn't even try to do it. So I'm like, okay, I let those YouTubers do it. I'm a basketball player, I'm a dunker, I'm a freestyler, so I just post my highlights. But then I'm watching YouTube and I see those guys who cannot really play, and they doing content, trying to put some 1v1 games in Ukraine back there. I'm like, yo, wait. So I need to try. And one more story. So I'm a big fan of street ball. So I was driving in the car with my friend, and I told him like a crazy story about the game in New York. I think right now you can find it on YouTube called Blackout. So there was a game in New York supposed to happen with LeBron James. So it was Fat Joe versus Jay-Z team. And they got all the like street ball stars, NBA stars into street ball game.
Yeah.
And I had this DVD from like 10 years ago, so I know the story. And I told the story to a friend, and like, yo, you just put it to a video, put a video together and put it to YouTube. Believe me, people will watch it, people will enjoy it. I'm like, okay, I'll try. I've done this video like 100K views. I'm like, 100K is a lot of views for a basketball game. I'm like, okay, yeah, maybe I have to try. And I understood that I can play, I can tell some stories, so I can combine, like, not only telling stories like the other YouTubers do, but also playing basketball, not only tell, but also show how to do it.
Right.
I just started, felt super uncomfortable, like I said, talking to a camera, awkward situations, but then slowly, some brand deals coming up. I'm like, okay, that might be a part of my journey. Not only dunk contests, but also videos. And sometimes it was perfect combination. I fly to a dunk contest, I film a video, I make a vlog of it, I win a dunk contest, get some prize money out there, make a video, get some money out of it. So it was just perfect combination. But most importantly, I was enjoying both.
Right.
So nobody forced me to do it. I really enjoy making videos.
Yeah, for sure.
Like you do. I believe you do.
Yeah. Dude, I have so much fun with this.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a ton of fun. And like you said, when I first got started, I remember the first time I ever went to record a video. I was in my bedroom and I had a phone and I had like some beat up microphones and I had this string of wires to make the microphones attached to the phone. And it was like a string of wires like this long to a receiver, and I had the mic. And I'm like holding it right here, and I'm like, I feel so stupid. Yeah. And I was in a room by myself at like 9 o'clock at night, and I just had this idea, like, man, Jackson, you should start making videos. You're good at talking. You're a charismatic guy. You got a lot of stories. Just make videos about it. And I felt so stupid. And now it's like I got the cameras and I got the podcast. And this is why I like doing the podcast too, because I'm not talking to the camera.
Yeah.
The camera's just watching me talk to you. So that's kind of why I like doing the podcast. But I do all of like the vlogs, and like I was responding to some comments on TikTok earlier. And you know how you do like the video reply? I was doing that earlier. I was sitting right here, and I was getting like self-conscious even now because I see people walk by and they're looking at me talking to the phone. It's so crazy, man. Like and I've been recording content for like 2 years now. So just that. And how long have you been doing it?
7 years.
7 years. Do you still feel like that sometimes, where it's like, like you still get kind of self-conscious about it?
Yeah, I mean, if you're on the street, you're trying to film, and you're always like, okay, anybody watching me? Like, your eyes like rolling from side to side. Yeah. So.
And you try to time it so that way people aren't looking at you.
Of course.
No, I mean that's definitely been me. And like I'll go to the gym now and I'll set up one of these cameras in like a corner and record a pickup game. And like everyone in the pickup game's like, "Hey man, like, what are you doing?" I'm like, "Just trying to get some content, man. Like, just don't mind it. Just let me do my thing." And that's pretty funny though. And I mean, you do it at an incredible level now. I mean, how did you? What was the quality like when you first started versus now?
I think I started, and just with the iPhone. I mean, like I had the iPhone 5, so I was starting to film video with it. But funny enough, you know, even now, so I had my little camera, little Sony camera, like where I took it to all my dunk contests. Like vlog camera is best for me because I cannot carry the big cases to a dunk contest, and I need something quick. I'm like from a pocket, and I'm already filming. But sometimes I had experience when I was booking some videographers who was shooting a video in a very good quality, good camera angles. It didn't get views. I mean, like I'm like good 1v1 game, 50, 60K views. I'm like, okay, let's do it my way next time. I just gave my girlfriend the phone. It was at the time iPhone 11, which is not like right now. iPhone 15 shoots amazing, but iPhone 11 a little bit lower quality. And she's just shooting with the phone, like 200K views. And I understand that sometimes people not looking for a quality, but just for a quality of a content itself. So for quality of your game. Of course, you don't need to, you know, to shoot with the iPhone 0, let's say, to not see anything. But sometimes 4K is not really a solution.
Right.
If your game is bad, for example, if you play 1v1, 4K will not help you. But yeah, but of course I try to increase the quality of the sound, of video, of a background. For example, you try to buy those lamps, you know, to create some nice background.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm doing 1v1s or vlogs most of the time, so I just need a good quality camera. So good 1080 HD, I'm good with it.
So we talked about this whenever we played the ones game.
Yeah.
How has your wife been supportive to like all the content stuff?
No, she's supporting like crazy. Just right now, we have a baby and she needs to, you know, take care of a baby. But before that, she was doing all my, you know, she was filming all my games, all my Instagram videos and everything, because she knows how to do it. She was, she loves taking photos, she loves taking videos. So yeah, she knows how to do it. And when I see the 1v1s, I remember I was shooting like 1v1s every week in Ukraine. And 1 week I shot the video, and next week, and then I'm like, oh, what is the difference? I need to see. I don't understand, because one video shot my wife, another video my friend, and I see the difference. And then I always put the GoPro camera underneath the basket for a second angle.
Yeah.
And I see my wife, every position, she's moving with me, she's trying to catch the right angle, because she knows. For example, when you film in a dunk, it's the best way to shoot it. So you start like this, and when dunker jumps, you go down.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, you go down. It creates just a better angle, better like visual, you know, effect.
Yeah.
And I see her like all the time, and my friend just standing like this, you know.
Oh yeah.
And I see, so it's okay. It's okay. It's not like I'm not talking bad about the friend. I'm just saying that my wife understands what to do and she knows basketball a little bit. So yeah, and she's fully supported because she wants me to get more views.
Right.
Equals more money, more recognition, more opportunities. So
Right.
she understands the full process. Yeah. And now I'm a little bit, I'm struggling. So whenever we go to this gym, to HCI,
Yeah.
we have a kid care, baby care room, whatever it's called, for an hour and a half. I'm like, let's go. Put the baby there. Let's go. Let's go. Grab a phone. Let's go. We have an hour to film content. Faster,
Yeah.
faster, faster. Yeah. So
Yeah. So do you have like, not necessarily a favorite video, but like a favorite type of video, favorite setup, favorite place to shoot? I mean, I feel like every creator that I've talked to has not so much like a standard, but like ideal places where they would like to film, or best conditions, best type. Because there's, there's like the vlogs, and then there's podcasts, and then there's, the B-roll with the text over it, and there's like the 2 points or 3 points kind of videos, and it's what's that for you?
So if we're talking about YouTube, I'm doing games. So it's 1v1, 3x3 tournaments, vlogs from my trips to dunk contest, and another one which is dunk contest breakdowns. I really enjoy all of it, but in a good balance. So if I need to do 3 dunk contest breakdowns, no, I'm like, I don't have enough power to do it because so much work.
Right.
So much easier just to go to play 1v1 for 20 minutes, and then you can edit this video real quick in 1 hour. So 2 hours, you're done. You have a good video. But with a great balance between all of this, I think I enjoy all of them. I enjoy all.
Right.
But I think the best for me is vlogs. Vlogs, when you go somewhere, you can combine your basketball performance, you can combine videos from a dunk contest with a little bit of touristic, videos where you go somewhere, you experience something. I love going to the local courts to find a local basket. Destroyed baskets are my favorite ones. So when you go to abandoned court with the grass, going through the asphalt, rim is like this. I'm like, I find this as an art, basketball art. So yeah, I think vlogs are my favorite type of videos.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
That's
What's
dope.
yours?
Man, I love shooting the podcast so much.
Podcast, yeah.
Yeah, I think
So you love talking.
I like talking.
Yeah.
It's easy to edit too.
Of course.
I mean, the podcast itself, from the moment you walk in to the moment you walk out might be an hour 15 max. Then it takes me an hour to 2 hours to edit. I mean, it's a lot of fun. I get to talk to really cool people. It gives me an excuse to talk to really cool people too. I get to learn just as much from you guys as I get the content. The one downside I would say is that my YouTube presence is very minimal right now. So how did you start to maximize the YouTube presence? Like, was it just consistency or what?
Consistency, and I made sure that I contacted everybody I knew. So every basketball website, at the time it was websites, like Facebook groups or whatever. So I contacted everybody to distribute my content. So every video I post, I mention those websites on my video, like thanks to this website, everybody for support, and they post in my videos, every video. So I need to get audience somehow to my YouTube, because if you just post, YouTube will notice you. YouTube will give you views, but you don't know when. You can put a lot of videos through the 1 year, and maybe 1 year and 1 month you'll get some audience coming your way, but it's a long way.
Yeah.
Long way. So I was trying to make sure I contacted everybody I knew, to help me. And even now, so my first video on English, which was really hard to do for me, I made sure I talked to every influencer I know, every dunker. 80% said, yeah, we got you, but you know how it goes.
Absolutely.
No problem with that, because I know how it goes. You don't want to post just random stuff on your stories. it's not random. I'm not random. They know me, but
Right.
still.
Yeah.
But some of them, they posted me, and it really helped me to get at least 1,000 subscribers to my YouTube. It's a great start.
Yeah.
1,000 subscribers in like a week to a new YouTube channel in different language. Amazing. So yeah, just
Yeah.
contacts, networking.
So when you started posting the videos in English, is that a completely different channel? Or
Yeah, different channel.
completely different channel? Okay, yeah.
Because
I wanted to ask you that.
yeah, I don't want my audience to go to this channel. Also from the monetization purposes, also, but I also want to cover other group of
Yeah.
people. Obviously, if I will post English videos on my existing channel, it would make no sense. Make no
Right.
sense. I already have my Ukrainian audience, and suddenly I put the video in English. They will say like, why we should watch it? Why?
Right. Makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and monetization, like for example, if you don't know, like, the gap is crazy, like between my views and US views, like 10 times. So,
Really?
Yeah.
Is it because it's harder to get?
No, it's just it's just economics. So, for example, when Google shows you an American guy an ad, most likely you will click it, and most likely you have a chance to buy this product.
Right.
That's why this ad costs more than in Ukraine. In Ukraine, they show products that cost less, and there's less chance that people in Ukraine will buy it. So just simple.
Yeah. So what about, because I just got monetized on TikTok. So I've like finally started getting a little bit, like basically nothing at all. But like,
Yeah.
it's nice to see a $sign connected to
Yeah.
my videos, you know? When you first started getting monetized on like YouTube and your socials and stuff, what was that feeling like?
I was happy, like it's like crazy. I'm like, yes. So I'm doing a dunk contest now. I'm playing basketball, and on the side, if I will make $1,000 on YouTube per month, it will be like a dream come true.
Right.
Then I'm making $1,000. I'm like, okay, that's not enough.
Yeah.
Let's go for more.
Well, if I'm making $1,000 off of YouTube, that doesn't even cover my rent here.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like, as much as it helps, it's like, okay, can I make it 10?
Yeah.
You know?
10 helps. Yeah.
So
10.
what's like I haven't done enough research on YouTube
Yeah.
to like really be successful with it. But what's the monetization, I guess, rates? Like if you were to get, 100,000 views, US views on a video, what can you expect to like make from that?
So yeah, I'm not the best expert in US views because I know the rates, but it's different for a different length of video.
Right.
Yeah, 10 minutes versus 1 hour video is totally different beast. But
Yeah.
for example, 10-minute video, I think for 1,000 views you get from $5 to $8.
Okay.
So that's what I know. Somebody say also depends on your audience.
Right.
The younger audience, less money. Older audience with more capability to pay. That's why the business content makes more money.
Right.
For example, 1,000 views business content, 1,000 views playing watching cartoons or whatever, playing kids toys, cost less.
Huh.
So yeah, 1,000 views, let's say from 3 to, like I said, $3, $4 to $8. Depends. Yeah. Ukraine, 50 cents. So,
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So you need to,
That's a huge difference when
1 million
when you're looking at.
1 million views, $400. So that's what I get now on my monetization from YouTube. But
That's insane.
yeah, I live off only brand deals. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what are all of your brand deals, or like the large majority of them, are they like Ukrainian brands?
Yeah, Ukrainian brands. Yeah,
Okay.
only
Cool.
Ukrainian brands. Now I aim to get US brand deals.
Right.
At least on my Instagram, because I 100% I transfer to English language.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so I trying to get something.
Okay, cool. So because we always, most of the athletes that I bring in here are like collegiate athletes. So we always talk about like NIL and what we think about that space. But you're in a whole different beast where you're not a collegiate athlete.
Yeah.
So NIL deals aren't just like coming up to you. Like you have to work your butt off to get these brand deals. And now it's easier because you have a following and you have a brand. But what does Like, what goes into you getting a brand deal that's even worth considering?
So I was trying to, like you say, you trying to contact everybody, to talk to everybody. Yeah. Same with me. So when I just started, when I felt like I'm already, I deserve something. So I tried to reach out to brands like, yo, do you want to pay me to at least, I mentioned you in the videos. It was little money, but for me, it was like, it was opportunity to use it for later. So later I can show like, look, I've done a brand deal for this company, this much views, this much coverage. So
Right.
As an example. So yeah, it was a hard process, but then when I signed my first contract, maybe 2 years after doing like seriously YouTube, 2 years after I signed my big contract with the brand in Ukraine, and I was working with them like through the 2022, so it's like 3-4 years together.
Wow.
But then the war and everything stopped. Our economy like just stopped, and there was no reason of doing YouTube. Maybe it's just because you love it, you can do it, but if you consider it as a job, you can stop. So yeah, I had no videos in like maybe 4 or 5 months, and then if somebody reached out to me like, we have a offer for you, so yeah, I took it, and then I created videos. Yeah, but to begin with, it's hard. So for example, now on Instagram, I don't know who to talk to, to get those opportunities. Like I see you posting with KFC.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm really happy for you because I know you have how many you have? 50K now?
50K, yeah.
50K. At 50K, get brand deals. It's pretty damn cool.
I mean, dude, it's like,
yeah,
it's insane because I feel how we were talking a minute ago about like when you get $1,000, it feels like it's not enough.
Yeah.
That's exactly where I'm at. But then I look back on videos that I made, 2 years ago that have like 150 views.
Yeah.
And I just like, man, I was looking at it the other day. It almost brought me to tears because it's like all the work that I've put in to like try to build that brand. And it's crazy because it all happened in maybe the last 9 or 10 months. And it's just like the exponential growth effect is huge. And I know like you've definitely seen periods where it's like you grow super fast and then maybe you plateau a little bit. Like that happens. So I would say like, what is your maybe advice? Because I'm relatively new to the YouTube game. Everything I've done is like short form content, Instagram, TikTok. Let's just grind this out and see where it takes me. But now I'm really starting to get serious about the YouTube stuff, and I'm about to start creating different series on YouTube. So what would be your main advice as far as like becoming successful, I guess, the fastest?
Yeah.
The
fastest. Find the format that works the best. Like for example, we had this conversation after, I think, or before our 1v1 game, but yeah, the fastest is like one my guy from Ukraine. So there was a trend for like Uncle Drew type videos. So you dress like somebody else, go like, oh, I cannot play, and then suddenly you start to dunk on people. Works pretty damn well. His video like 1 million views. But what do you want to achieve on YouTube? Do you want to just views, or you want to be a personality? So my advice, to find a good balance. For example, like I know YouTube and Instagram short form, different stuff, but 2 or 3 points. My latest video, less than 24 hours, already got 1 million views.
Wow. Okay.
It's great, but it's just, it's just a funny video. When I put video on YouTube, I'm good with 50K if I put some valuable information into it.
Right.
So I try to balance. I'd rather, put more time into YouTube, put, good story out there, tell some good things to people, or show some exercises, for example. So my plan now to find the coaches, just because my people love watching basketball lessons from Americans. So, America is, the capital of basketball, obviously. And whenever I post on YouTube, 5 crossovers from player from New York, 1 million views. Just people love to watch it. So I'd rather do this than film 100 2 or 3 points videos,
Right.
just to get like 100 millions on Instagram. So,
Yeah, I mean, like, because those videos are cool. Like me, I'm a very much like short form kind of guy, just because I understand how people my age think, and no one my age is gonna sit down and watch this whole podcast.
Yeah.
That's fine with me, because with this stuff, I'm attracting an older audience. But I just know that YouTube, for monetization purposes, is a beast, and like I want to take that beast down.
Yeah.
You know. Whereas like socials, you're very much relying on brand deals, and like brand deals is the only way that you can get paid.
Yeah.
And especially as a college athlete, is like I'm a young guy, so the only thing is NIL, and everything is branded as NIL. But when I'm done, that's why I'm like working so hard in that space now, is so that way when I'm done with college, brand deals start to look differently. Because the way NIL deals are structured, it's very much like one-off posts. Like KFC, they paid me, I did a post.
That's it.
That, you know, that might be the end of our relationship. I like the types of deals like you were talking about, where it's like 3-4 years, you know, and we're continuously, you know, mutually benefiting off of each other. That's what I want. But the NIL space is so hard to get deals like that, because one day you're blowing up, the next day no one knows your name. March Madness rolls around, there's 10 athletes who just make $100,000 in a single month.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, I remember this guy, the guy, I forgot his name, white guy, who like done an interview. So I'm not in NBA, but then
Josh Goki, at Oakland.
next day or day after, I don't remember, I opened his Instagram and he already has a brand deal. I think before that he had no chance to do it.
Right.
Or maybe I wasn't very familiar.
He had 500 followers.
So,
Gets
that
like
was-
90K in 2 days. Yeah. Like, oh.
That's so,
gosh.
yeah.
Because he hit some big shots.
Big shots.
Big shots. It's crazy what March Madness will do for you. That's why I'm very glad that I have 4 years of eligibility left.
Yeah.
Because in the event that I'm that guy during March Madness, it's going to be even more because of all this work I'm putting in now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
So
already have a background.
right,
with
because
the
I'm
other
already like doing it. But he got like Buffalo Wild Wings and TurboTax and like all this stuff.
crazy.
And it's cool too, because I went to high school with a lot of really, really good players on the men's and women's side. And I'm like seeing some of the brand deals they're getting and like the contracts they're signing. And I'm like, man, like these are people I grew up with. That's super cool. So, man, one thing I really admire about you is that like you've gotten to travel with this. Like, how's that been?
Travel.
Yeah.
I remember one day I was like literally like with the tears on my eyes. I'm like, when I went to China, and you know, at one moment, like understanding came to my head. Like, I'm the guy. They flew me over the whole world, just take me from the airport. And you know, Chinese some organizations are really like, they're trying to go to car, please hold your head.
Yeah.
Like, everybody, they taking care of you, even like extra. I'm like sitting in this nice car. I'm like, wow, I'm like you said, I'm this guy now. that was crazy, you know, to feel, and puts a little bit more pressure to you because you need to prove it on the court.
Dude.
That you this guy now when they taking care of you, but then you need to step on the court and do your best. But yeah, travel and experience the culture. Sometimes I don't have enough time to experience the culture, but at least, you know, have a one day in another country, perform, you know, in front of Japanese audience, Chinese, Indian audience, to interact with them, interact with kids, with adults. In India, I had like one of the best experiences in my life because I met so many Bollywood actors, actresses. I have zero understanding who they are because it's a totally different world, but everybody's like, I open Instagram, 3 million followers, 5 million, 10 million. I'm like, okay, you big here. Now I know. And just the hospitality, the kids love you. Then they take you, you know, to touristic spots or whatever. I mean, all you need to do at this point is 5 dunks. Yeah. Of course, before that, you work hard.
Oh, it's years. Yeah.
Years, but crazy. You just go there, perform 5 dunks, and you're a king.
Yeah. That's crazy.
That's amazing. I traveled, I don't remember how many countries, like 40 countries, I think.
Wow.
Still a lot of countries left, but 40 countries is enough for a guy like me who never thought he'll be, super big.
I mean, dude, it's not even a job for you, really.
No, it's just
You get to do what you love.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, "Oh, Jackson, are you gonna play pro when you're done?" And it's like, dude, I just finished my first year. Like, I got 4 more years left. I don't know if I'm playing pro. I don't know if content is what I'm gonna be doing full time. Like, y'all just bear with me.
Yeah.
But man, nah, that's super cool, dude. I never want to do anything that feels like a job.
Yeah.
So I really admire people who get to live that. Yeah. So.
Yeah, now I'm coaching a little bit because I just moved to the US.
Right.
And coaching job feels like a job.
Feels like a job.
It's definitely a job.
Well, you don't you coach like younger kids too?
Yeah, younger kids.
Yeah,
It's
that's why
easier.
it feels like a job. Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you coach and at the same time you're maybe babysitting somebody.
Right. How young are the kids?
Depends, like from first grade to. We have also a team, 8th grade girls, which is like they already grown up, of course. So you just need to coach them, but a lot of young kids.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy experience. But yeah, this is job. But then you go home. When I go home, open my laptop, and I know I have a work to do here for like 5 more hours, but it doesn't feel like the 1 hour I had in school. 1 hour in school. 5 hours in front of the computer, I'm ready to go for 10 hours.
Both of my parents are teachers, so I know exactly what you're talking about. Like that. Oh man, yeah. School is not the play, but man, dude. So I guess what's next for you? I mean, are you just gonna continue doing the YouTube stuff? I mean, how do you see yourself? 3 years from now.
3 years from now, yeah, I want to be a content creator full time. So the thing is, I just moved here, and my life shifted a little bit. So because in Ukraine, I had everything set up. I had my place. I have a couple other properties. Because people will watch now, like why he coach now? If he has all of it. Yes, but you always need properties in Ukraine. Right now, as you know,
different than
different a little bit. Also, I mean, it's just not it's not just a word, but rocket can hit it and destroy it, literally.
Yeah.
So you don't know what's happening in there. YouTube and content creating stuff is goes up and down all the time. You don't know how to. This month you have $10K, next month 20, next one 2.
Right.
So you don't know. So yeah, why I just moved here, so I need money to live, to pay my rent right now.
Right.
So that's why I'm coaching.
Yeah.
I mean, but yeah.
No, for sure.
Now,
but I mean, dude,
I'm focused.
You'll be straight, man.
I'm focused, on content creating, on shows. I'm not sure if I can. I'm 33, so I would love to do shows, dunk shows, whatever shows, freestyle, but my knees are not happy when I'm jumping my highest anymore. Yeah. So maybe a couple more years of shows, but content. Like, somebody asked Professor on Instagram something, and Professor replied that, so we're not in NBA, and being a YouTuber, you're just trying to be creative with the basketball. So he doesn't want to compete, to be the best basketball player on YouTube, because for him it doesn't mean nothing. So he just wants to be creative with the basketball. That's what I want to do. I want to be a basketball player, but more in a creative way. So
yeah, for sure.
Use the basketball as a tool to entertain, to share some stories, maybe knowledge, which I have some maybe, but yeah, more stories and just entertainment.
Yeah.
So that's how I see. And of course, transfer into American environment of YouTube and social media.
Yeah, for sure, man. Well, dude, this was a ton of fun, man. I'm glad we got to sit down, got to talk about this stuff. I definitely learned a lot from you. So, I appreciate you taking time out of your day, man.
Man, thank you.
Yeah,
thank
of course.
Yeah,
you got anything else you want to say?
Man, 1 hour, or how was? Yeah, a little bit less than an hour speaking English to a camera. For me, it's still a struggle, but yeah, That was a great experience. Of course, talking to my guy Jackson is amazing. After we played 1v1, now we're sitting in the podcast. So what's next?
Yeah,
what's
man.
next?
Dude,
I don't know.
I'm super, man, whatever. You know me, as long as we're having a good time talking about basketball, playing basketball, I'm game for whatever.
Dunk
So-
contest next time, me versus you.
Ooh.
And okay, dunk contest and three-point shootout.
Okay, we can do that. I'm down. I think we'll know who win each of those. But yeah. Awesome, man. Well, for all you guys listening, make sure you go follow my man Smoove. Tap in with his YouTube channel, Instagram, TikTok. This guy is a content and basketball beast. He's also a really, really good player. You'll see that in our 1v1 that he's going to be dropping on his channel. So make sure you go tap in with that so you can see that. And with that being said, whether you're on the court or you're on the sideline, go with God and always do your best. Peace.